Artlist.io.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Hear Me Out. My name is Ose, and we are less than 24 hours away from the next WWE PLE Backlash. Definitely gotta talk about that. Also, we gotta talk about WWE Black Friday. I know you guys are curious what that is. I'm gonna get into that right now. Okay, so we definitely gotta talk about Black Friday. It's not the typical Black Friday that you guys know as the shopping holiday right after Thanksgiving. No, so WWE Black Friday is when WWE does their kind of like spring mass releases of talent, backstage producers, backstage workers, and so forth. So pretty much it's a Black Friday because people unfortunately are losing their jobs. Some notable superstars that lost their jobs are Braun Strowman, Gigi Dolan, Dakota Kai, and Cora Jade, just to name a few. There are some people that I believe that really didn't hurt when they got the release and stuff, like Braun Strowman. Like, they really weren't using him much, so like he kind of was getting the boot, and like it really doesn't affect the roster. There's two I believe that like are pretty serious. One is Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade. So they're both fan favorites in NXT. For obvious reasons, but also like with Cora Jade, to me, she just had like the brightest future out of just the bunch. She literally was coming back from an injury. She was kind of getting her momentum back. Obviously, people like her, but like it's just like, she got the boot, unfortunately. This is serious to me because I see Cora Jade going to a place like AEW, where she can flourish and kind of have like that Toni Storm kind of push, and like just become one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet by doing so. And then it's just gonna say, hey, WWE, you messed up, man. You let one talented superstar go. I definitely see that with her. With Gigi Dolan, I just believe that she'll probably go to TNA to be with her real life fiance Zachary Wentz, who is there, part of the Rascals. Just so like she's definitely gonna get a job pretty soon. I definitely see that. With the rest of the people, it's definitely gonna be hard. I know definitely like you guys are gonna be trying to do the indie scene for like a while until you get that opportunity one more time. That's something a little bit good about professional wrestling, that there's so many wrestling promotions out there that they'll give you another shot. Obviously, it's not the money, or it's not the time, it's not the fame like WWE, but it gives you that opportunity to kind of just work on your craft, get better, and then who knows what the future holds, that you probably can come back to the WWE. Like I said, guys, we are less than 24 hours away from the next WWE PLE Backlash. So I'm definitely going to talk about the match card and also my predictions on who's going to win and who's not. So the first match I want to start with is a singles match between Gunther versus Pat McAfee. So like this one is kind of a weird one to me, because obviously this is the first match for Gunther since losing the World Heavyweight Championship to the main event, Jey Uso. And it's against none other than commentator, former Indianapolis Colts punter, shout out to him, and just ESPN reporter Pat McAfee, who can wrestle. If you guys watched the match between him and Austin Theory a couple years ago at WrestleMania, he did his thing. Also, you've seen him do his thing in NXT as well against the Undisputed Era years ago with his boys from his show, the Pat McAfee Show. Trust me, watch it. It's honestly pretty fun. It was a pretty fun match to watch. So my prediction with this is Gunther should easily squash. Gunther should win this match. AJ should squash. I could definitely see some interference from somebody to, kind of distract Gunther. A lot of people are saying, I've been seeing on the internet, maybe like a Goldberg appearance. Who knows? If Goldberg shows up, that actually would be pretty cool, because they've been saying like a lot lately that Gunther, it looks like, is going to be Goldberg's final opponent in his professional wrestling career. Can this kind of start something that we can head into SummerSlam with, or I was just gonna like wait a little bit more than kind of see like where this goes. So for right now, I'm gonna take Gunther with the W. I believe that it's gonna be a fun match because obviously Gunther is one of the best wrestlers on the planet, and obviously, you know, he's gonna, you know, kind of carry the whole match with this. So give me Gunther with the W. Next match I gotta talk about is the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Lara Valkyrie and then also Becky Lynch. So this match obviously started the night after WrestleMania. Sorry, not the night after WrestleMania, but the Monday after, you know, they won the Women's Tag Team Championships. I believe, was it Sunday or it was Monday or Saturday? I just forgot, honestly. But let's just say after WrestleMania, when Becky pretty much cost them the Women's Tag Team Championships again, which still to me kind of didn't make sense for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to lose it at WrestleMania just for them to win it back, not even just like a day or 2 days later. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But now after that, obviously Becky Lynch attacked Lara, and started this rivalry. So my predictions with this match, this one's tough because there's two things I could see. I could see Valkyria literally retain the championship and kind of, extending this rivalry. But also, I could see the Hogan effect hit once again, which is Becky Lynch winning the WWE Intercontinental Championship and kind of, still continue the rivalry, but kind of just, dying down because Becky will probably beat her again. So this one's kind of tough.
Music licensing reimagined.
Hopefully I'm wrong with this. Hopefully I am, because obviously, I hate Becky Lynch as of late because her gimmick is just so stale. It's just so stupid. But the fact that every time she goes away, she comes back, she just immediately gets a world championship opportunity or just gets the title in general. That's WrestleMania. So, it looks like I'm leaning towards Becky Lynch getting a W, and she becomes the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, making her the first women's wrestler to win both Women's World, WWE Women's, and also the Mid-Card Championship. Definitely see it. Unfortunately, giving it to Becky Lynch. Now, the next match I want to talk about is the WWE Intercontinental Championship match between Penta and Dominic Mysterio. So this one is actually going to be, I think it's going to be a pretty fun matchup, obviously, because Penta is very entertaining, and obviously Dominic Mysterio is just so over right now. So I'm going to have to give this one to Dominic Mysterio. I think Dominic Mysterio wins. I believe there's going to be those distractions that, kind of helps him retain the championship. I just also believe that it's still too kind of early to take the championship off of him, especially out of just that big WrestleMania win he just had. So I don't see him losing this match. I believe Penta is going to have a great match. I believe this doesn't affect Penta too much. But yeah, give me Dominic Mysterio with the W. Now, the next match I want to talk about is the Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship between Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Jacob Fatu, and LA Knight. So, this all started because of Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa kind of was just talking too much to the point where obviously general manager Nick Aldis made this match into a Fatal 4-Way match. So a lot of people are believing that Solo obviously is going to be a part of this match, that something's going to happen to where he kind of screws Jacob Fatu at the end. Me personally, how I believe it should play out is that Jacob Fatu, I'm going to say it, I believe Jacob Fatu wins this match. I believe he retains the championship, which rightfully so. But how I see it is this. Definitely, we're going to see you're going to see my cousin Jacob Fatu versus my other cousin Solo Sikoa. Definitely is going to happen sooner or later. But I believe it should be for the United States Championship. kind of gives it, you know, a little bit more. I can't think of the word right now, but you guys know what I mean. It gives it. I'm not gonna say aura because there's no aura really in this matchup other than Jacob, because Jacob is just so good. Promo wise, in ring wise, this dude is just stupid talented. So definitely going to give him the W. This is going to be a very good match, honestly. Like, it's going to be you have obviously Drew McIntyre, obviously you got Damian Priest, LA Knight. Everyone in this match is like a high mid carder to main eventer. So like, it's definitely going to be a great matchup. Person that I believe will be taking the pinfall, unfortunately, it's going to be LA Knight. Because I can't see Damian Priest taking the pinfall. I can't see Drew McIntyre taking a pinfall. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe Jacob Fatu does lose the match. And who knows? They might give the championship to Damian Priest. Still kind of, you know, continue the rivalry with him and Drew McIntyre. But they can do it for the championship. And then you have Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. For just, you know, just beefing right now and stuff. But me personally, I just believe that you should not take the United States Championship away from Jacob. He's too hot. He's just too everything right now. And you got to give it. Let him keep the championship, please. You know what I mean?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, that was pretty awkward. Yeah, I'm never going to do that ever again. But let me talk about, obviously, the main event, which is for the last time ever. It's going to be Randy Orton back home in St. Louis, Missouri, where Backlash is taking place, going one-on-one with now newly crowned 17-time world champion John Cena. Last time ever, because obviously this rivalry has been there literally from Jump Street, literally since their OVW days back in 2002, pretty much 2001, 2002. So this one, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be better than the match that Cody and John put at WrestleMania. I'm obviously going to give the W to John Cena. I don't believe Randy Orton wins the championship, and I believe it's okay that he doesn't win the championship. But you know, they still put on a banger of a match. They give us, you know, that nostalgic feel to it.
Music licensing reimagined.
Just maybe at the end, you know, Randy Orton stands tall, you know, with the RKO out of nowhere just to put John Cena out. But John Cena will retain the championship at the end, because I believe John Cena will hold the championship till SummerSlam. Hear me out with this. I believe he holds the championship till SummerSlam, but I believe something will happen at that event. More details on that, obviously, in a later video, because SummerSlam is not until August. So definitely bear with me with that, and you're just gonna see. Well, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow the IG, is in the description. Like I said, I am active. So thank you guys so much again for always supporting each and every last one of you guys. It's just something that I've just always wanted to do for years, and now I just finally have the courage to finally be in front of a camera to do something that I love, and we're just talking about wrestling, talking about football, talking about basketball. Still owe you a football one. Honestly, football one coming next week. It's going to be official. It's coming next week, giving you that football video. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much. Obviously, God bless you guys, and always remember, love always prevails. Have a great one.